Probably left over from when there was the ancient danger and stuff in that corner. But yeah, all these like turrets and stuff, they're gonna cost me a bit, but it's also gonna stop like whatever's walking around the outside of my base from like really getting in. I do want a second row of turrets along here though, at some point. Like, I don't care if I have to extend them forwards. Although, I'd rather have an attack land over here than have an attack land over here. So I'd rather do this side like double to kind of not make it happen. Hey, Pulp Fiction. Welcome in. Go follow. I'm gonna try to get some of this shit moved out of here. Yeah, if I can get them to not attack on the backside, like, it's gonna put all of my solar panels at risk unless I decide to put a line around that. Like, if I put a wall here, it would protect them. The other thing I could do, like, we've got it mostly a single line all the way down to wherever we can get it. We've almost got up here available. But, yeah, it's not like I can fit... I don't think I can fit these here. Nah, they'd get blown up easily. Like, if I could have fit this all the way around the outside, if I had have moved this in a little bit more, it wouldn't have been as bad, because then I could have done a double row of double row of turrets here. So I still considered the concept of a double row of turrets, like maybe putting one in the middle. It would get half a blast damage, but it would still allow me to get an extra hit. So what I mean by that is when you put down a turret, right, it has a blast radius of at least 3 serious damage. And I think it's got up to about 6 of like, it will do a little bit of damage, but it won't destroy something. If you have multiples on a spot, you'll obviously destroy it, kind of thing. So within 3, it could take a hit from a neighboring turret. 2 turrets on either side of it would destroy it, which is why we've got the extra space here. The other thing I could do is I could move these all up by 1. They would still be outside of their own initial blast radius, but it would allow me to put a couple of extra ones on this. But again, that means that this side, well, no matter what I do on this side, it would eventually have more than whatever I do on this side of the map anyway. So yeah, no matter what I do, it won't be like, we're not going to have like a symmetrical thing here anyway, because I had to move this side out, which is what I could do in the first place. Could you imagine if I moved everything? I'm not going to. I know somebody's about to like, nope. But like, can you imagine if I had moved everything over by like 3 or 4? And then I would have had all this extra space over here to like work with. But it's fine. What the fuck else was I doing? Everybody's got weapons. I was moving the tables and chairs. I've enabled the turrets. Why are you roped up? I'm guessing you weren't part of that. I don't know why this dromedary was roped up when my caravan is already gone, because I don't have any like doors open or anything. So yeah, I'm thinking I don't want to go to this quest. I think it's more of a trap than it looks. Like, generally speaking, fighting on my home base is not necessarily great for like everything, but it's going to be better for me to fight here than to go somewhere else and like the casualties and stuff like that and try to heal everybody. Actually, you know what? We might have room for a chair down here. Maybe. Yeah, we got room for 1 chair. Alright. Well, 3 plus steel chair go into that. And I think all of these, they've got a limit on that. Hold on. Everything more or less got make forever. Yes. Okay, so they've got like a bare minimum of at least 100 components, and then it cuts off, kind of thing. But they're almost up to like 200 because they can make it forever. I don't really mind if they keep making it forever, but as long as they at least have a goal to make so many. Like, I could extend that, and it allows like multiple people to come down here and work on it, but I think we're good at the moment. We've got like 180, and these are going to require what? 100 steel and 3 components. Alright. So, mind you, some have already gotten built. So, what are we looking at? We are looking at about 400. No. Sorry, I gotta stretch. I don't know. Probably about. It's either 460 or it's 4,600 fucking steel. That sounds more right. The second one sounds more right. Oh, yeah. And then 3 components each. Like 46 times 3. Hang on a second. 46. 3. 138. So we're not even going to cap all of our components working on this. That'd be great. Alright. Cool. This will be some good food. Everybody move up. I just got to keep everybody out of here. So infestation. I actually quite like infestations because they're normally quite easy to deal with as long as you back everybody up. And as long as everybody's kind of got guns and stuff and stays the fuck out of the batch, it's normally pretty good. Alright, let's let everybody move out of here. Now there's some people that are asleep, some people that are like trying to move through. Try to get some extra people in here that look like they're coming up anyway. I don't want white to come up here. But that should be kind of good enough. You two look like you're coming through here anyway. The fact that I've taken people off this will mean that they'll probably hop on this lineup anyway. There's also, I noticed, a cat really close down in the group. Down in here. Who are you? Cat 171. That's okay. Alright, let's spread this out a little bit more. You lot are kind of going way, way low. Alright, I'm seeing like extra people in here. Spoonie and stuff came into this group. Alright, this group is normally too low and they'll normally force them to go up. Legrand, now's not the time, mate. I know you guys want to use the equipment because it's now available, but you need to stay out of it as best you can. Same with Barada. Alright, Radmat, I don't want you on like the beginning section here because like you're a fucking doctor. Viper's coming through. Which Panther are you? Croquette. Croquette and Formosa. Alright. This should be fine. They should be well and truly spread out enough. Skizzle though, mate. Don't even try. You don't have the life privileges. So apart from the couple of Panthers that are in here, this should be absolute just fodder. Croquette looks like they're going to get killed though. I like that the polio things work as like spears. I never really like used them, generally speaking. Okay, that one's dead. A lot of the smaller ones are dead. We've got one here. We've got in here Matilda and Alistair, Camus, and a Muffalo because why the fuck don't we have a Muffalo in here? Alright, I think we're pretty much good. I'll just let everybody just go free. You guys can just clean up the dregs when you're done. Once it finishes releasing everybody. There we go. Alright, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't mind infestations. Infestations just give us bug meat. I'll just make sure we kill off the rest. I see there's also an orange horse in the area. I actually do need a couple of horses. I want that one and that one. Maybe the stallions. Orange horse can die, obviously. Donkeys can die. And spillipede thing, whatever it is. What is this? Spillipede? I don't fucking know. English. It's it's my native language and I can't fucking speak it. It's fine. Anyway. That's right. I was moving these because I think that they've mined out everything. They've only got limestone underneath them. That's fine. Alright. So, let's get these all moved over. I kind of want more people to be working on those benches. Like, not those ones, but like the figuring out where stuff is for undermining type stuff. And unfortunately, we haven't got that far yet. Like, what do we got? 8%, 22%, 6% damaged. Alright, and I've got 3 above ground scanners, which this one's tuned to steel, class steel, and components, which are the three most important things in this base at the moment, honestly. Alright, I need to move these out as well. Whoops. Caravan meeting leviers. Yeah, sure, we'll trade. You guys got, for starters, I thought we killed them, but okay. We'll wait till they come back, then we'll cull them at like full capacity. You got glitter world medicine, got components. I'm mostly out here for steel, but a psychic suit pulse is okay. And you probably don't buy any clothing and shit, do you? So, what have I got? Let's have gold and shit, bionic spines. I probably have nothing much that I can trade with you, except I could trade you like a couple of foals. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to take that. Medicine is super important to have on this caravan in the first place, but I also don't want to cap myself. But I do have 100 extra animals on here. Muffalo calf, female foals. I didn't want to get rid of the dromedary, but this is fine. Alright, let's gotten rid of a bit of it, and I've got like... I do need a lot of components, but we also have like next to nothing medicine. And as critical as Glitter World medicine is, I don't see my people really use it that much. Hold on, I could probably give you a package survival meal. Okay. Yeah, so we don't generally have Glitter World medicine in much supply, because with the amount of people that I have, like anybody and everybody, give or take, I know that a lot of people prioritize that only like their very best colonists or very best animals can have the thing. But in general, I have a lot of colonists, and no matter how they're allocated and stuff like that, any main thing sweeping through here is gonna wipe it out really, really quickly, just for the sheer number of colonists. Like if I buy 5 and, you know, the 5 colonists and animals that happen to have that allocation get hurt or get sick, it's gone immediately. So as much as I like having Glitter World medicine, at the moment components are a little bit more important, because I can make the other medicine. As long as I can make cotton, I think we harvested a little bit of cotton, and I know that cotton will go into clothing, right? People are definitely using like cottons and shit in here. But let's see. Can I tell you guys to leave the cloth? I actually do want them to make stuff out of Devil Strand. So if I can make you guys just leave cloth alone, so we can stockpile that. I know cloth is clothing anyway, but cloth is also medicine, and it would be better if you guys stop using it up super quickly. Because I'll tell you what, the people that make clothes will make clothes faster. Like they'll grab the bolts of cloth faster than the people making medicine will even think to get down here. This will take a little bit because I've got a lot of clothing stall things. So the other thing too is like I don't have a lot of Devil Strand, and I definitely do want to make outfits out of Devil Strand. But Devil Strand is also amazing to sell. But I'd kind of like everybody to get to the point where we at least have some level of Devil Strand clothing to begin with before I start selling it in surplus. Like, if we get to a point where, like, everybody's walking around more or less in something red, I'll probably start, like, selling it a bit. Stuff. Like, Devil Strand is good for stuff. Like, I'll have a look at somebody's outfit in a moment, because I can't fucking remember what it's good for. I know it's, like, insulative, and it protects against battles or some shit, to some degree. But I can't remember to what degree. I don't know if this one... So there's still gonna probably be like maybe 1 or 2 things in here that maybe has cloth allocation. Maybe. That one's done. I've got these 2 benches to go. Because yeah, we definitely managed to get some cloth. But it probably got used. And I need medicine produced. So basically we used to have a lot of medicine. We had like a lot of it, and then everybody got sick and everybody needed like 2 or 3 or even 4 medical things, and it kind of wiped it out. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, nothing I could do about it, but that should help that. Let's save that because there's no way I want to fucking reallocate all that shit again. But So I do have a little cloth area that's growing somewhere. This is all food, medical, rice. There's the devil's strand. There's more berries, medical, more food. Okay, so I don't have a dedicated cotton field at the moment. I could dedicate like this rice patch to that as an indoor cotton. I might do that for the moment because at the moment all the berries and all the potatoes are going straight down to my animals. Like it's going down in here, which they've eaten, by the way. Okay, so that means that anything else that's getting harvested at the moment will be going into there as soon as it's harvested, which means all my animals are out here eating again, which they definitely are. But that's okay because I didn't have too many regrow down there, and I have a lot up here that regrew. And I have this group out here harvesting the crap out of this place. So it's not the worst thing. And I also have a huge medical field out here at the moment. Just because my animals can't get to it. So I figured it was doing strawberries and it was doing really good with strawberries. But I'm like, since they can't get to it, I might as well do that. Also saw more donkeys walking around. But, yeah, I don't mind them, like, taming the extra horses because I'm pretty sure we're still low on horses. Oh, cool, we got a crazy panther. Nice. I appreciate that. Okay, the ducks are 107. They seem to be pretty stable. Chickens are at, like, 89, so they're not quite at that 100 yet. Where are we with the horses? A lot of them are currently away, which is good. They're in a caravan, which means that the ones that I have got here are going to count and not get slaughtered, which is fine because when the other ones come back, they'll auto-slaughter it. So what that tells me is that the ducks that are out here producing eggs, which would probably mostly be happening in here, are not getting their eggs reach maturity, which means that the cats are definitely eating the meat, the eggs and stuff, right? Which means that I should be getting whole animals up in here, not getting eaten. I've got a couple of unfertile eggs in here. That's good. A couple of the unfertile eggs are making it in here. And I've got like the other fucking bugs in here and stuff. Now my chickens, how many eggs you guys got rolling in here? You got 27 at the moment. It's in like another day. So not all of them are probably due in another day, but a lot of them, at least 20 of them should be due in a day. So when that happens, we should hopefully hit 100. If the majority of them, how are the chickens getting out? If the majority of them happen to be female, I should be able to kick them all out into here. I don't know why we have like chicks being brought back in here from somewhere. Who's got malaria? Gat's always got malaria. I gotta admit, Gat almost always has malaria. Go rest, mate. Always fucking sick. Mind you, he's sickly, so the odds of him having that are pretty high. So I'm starting to wonder, where did a fertile chicken egg get out? I've also got statues and shit I've also got to allocate. And that's a good statue too. I'm gonna apply this. Alright, so this room's pretty well good. Pop that up there. How am I missing? I don't have silver. Okay, that's fine. And these doors still haven't been open. Hummingbird, can I just like steal you for a hot second to like just walk into all three of these places and then go back out? Because this needs to be opened for fucking obvious reasons. And nobody's opened it yet. Yeah, you're gonna move in there and be like, oh, Joe, blisteringly hot. Yeah, no shit. Wait till you walk into this one. This one's at like 121 to 143. That one's gonna be bad. And she's just gonna walk in and walk out. She's sweaty. Okay. Blisteringly hot again, automatically. She should have walked back out. Okay, she's going up to next one. So she's now back to just sweaty. I'm gonna turn off my aircon while I'm doing this. She might be blisteringly hot, but I'm genuinely cold now. It did take an hour for it to like pan out. So I've been adjusting that aircon all fucking night. It was, okay, I kind of shut my door And I haven't seen a single cat come down to visit me tonight. It's terrible. I don't even have a cat in a cat bed in the room. So normally what happens is when I stream, one of my cats will usually walk into this room. If it's Phoenix, he basically does like a Shrek Smash Mouth, kind of like slams the door kind of thing when he walks in. Phoenix is my cat. And so normally the door gets like pushed wide open. Azula doesn't always push the door super wide open, but she's kind of a little chonky kitty. So when she like squeezes in a door crack kind of thing, the door will end up like proceeding to open all the way. Anyway, and so neither of them have come in tonight. So the room got like super cooled. So I turned down the aircon and I'm like, this should work. And then it didn't really work. The room never kind of stopped being super cool. So I immediately just opened up the door and I'm like, oh, the warmth of the house, because it was really warmed out, the warmth of the house should flow in and the cold air should flow into the house. So it should even out. And it kind of did, honestly, a little bit for a while. And then it just stopped. And it just got like really fucking cold in here. And I'm like, yeah, no, I probably need to do something about that. I was also looking at this layout that I've got here. And I know that this is supposed to keep a roof here up. But whenever I have prisoners, I can't line people up straight here to look after that. So I know that this won't actually be underneath that, but I'm hoping that if I put this pillar here, that one should support that anyway. And I want to remove these two centered ones so that whenever I have prisoner outbreaks and stuff, I can shoot in there and stuff, or I can line people up to zap them and stuff. Because at the moment I really can't. This will allow me to have up to 4 people in the center here instead of putting them on either side, which is still fine, but like when they're lined up, I can get them as the door cracks open. All right, now that this is wide open, still 160 odd. No, it's 70. I don't know if that's going down or not. The door's open. That one, sort of. That one's better. That one's definitely better. Okay, so it's sometimes capping up at like 40 odd, but it's not in the hundreds. I know, I flicked at 100 for a second there. This one's down to 70, so it's not hitting like the fucking high thing. If it's gonna be like that, I might as well put the fucking vent back on, honestly. I'll give it a little bit longer because it is like 34 degrees outside and it's got a long way to come down from like the hundreds, so I'll give it some time. This should technically be like not enclosed. That's just what it should count as with the door open. But what I'm trying to do, for anybody that missed it earlier, is I need this area to be roofed so that my allies stop dropping on the spot. And so I moved everything over so that we actually have an opening. But then I put a vent on it and it's superheated. So I removed the vent and I put a door. And the idea was to leave the door open, but nobody ended up opening the fucking door because nobody had a reason to walk in here. So I just got Hummingbird to open up the door. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the general room temperature relatively parallel-ish to outside temperature, with the view that then it's not going to superheat these rooms, it's not going to superheat that room, stuff like that. Like that air conditioner's just broken, and I can only assume that it's broken because temperature sort of stuff. But yeah, I need it to vent without having this be unroofed, because otherwise, like, I'm just going to get like really shit like assistance from like helpers. Mind you, with this kind of level of tunnel, it wouldn't really matter if this was roofed or not at the like rate in which it is, I guess. I could do that. The only problem is obviously if one of these get broken, like actually destroyed, the only problem with having that unroofed is that it would be open, but I could quickly solve that by putting a roof on it. This has been a saga on its own. If the door is kind of cooling down, I'd say just give it a while. Give it a little while, see what happens with the doors being open. It either will or it won't solve it. If it won't solve it, I may just choose to remove the roof in that section. And that way, in the worst case scenario, is if one of these get destroyed and people are trying to pass this through here, I can close that, I can slap a roof on this, and it's automatically a sealed space. I just have to remember to undo that. So Yeah, obviously having 3 air conditioners funneling to 1 tunnel is superheating, but I can't do much about it unless I decide to move this all over again, which I could easily do. I could very easily move this all over by 1, but it's also going to fuck over this kind of design that I have with the air conditioners where they are anyway. Like, I could not move them, but it's not going to be centered looking shit. I like how it kind of looks at the moment. I was going to do this in the first place, but I was just unsure about it. Like, I could also take this down here, but again, we have an air conditioner in this. So if I wanted to put the line there to make that even, bit of an issue. But yeah, I'll give that time and I'll let that see if it comes to cool or not. Everybody has a weapon at this point. The only thing is, I would like people to have more weapons. I actually don't mind the concept of giving the melee people ranged weapons. I've never really done that before. We normally just make gladiuses, because these things are just wood. There's such a low crafting and stuff too. But I could very much, like, we don't have a lot of wood, to be fair. It would be great if I didn't have all of this being animal feed and human feed and stuff. Like, I don't usually have to have, like, all these fucking paddocks being food, but at the same time, it's working. So, I don't know, maybe in the future, maybe in the next base, what I might try to do is just have, like, maybe bedrooms around grow rooms or something like that. So that then you just get, like, one central pathway type thing around, like, a big grow room. And, I don't know. I don't know if that would do much. Who's down and why? Wolverine. Why are you down, mate? Down, cannot crawl, food poisoning. Alright. Hex, mate, can you rescue? I saw Green coming for him and I'm like, Green's supposed to be rescuing. He's got the fucking plague. But yeah, I'm guessing they're getting food poisoning from, like, unsanitary shit. But that's a pretty much big them problem at this point. So we've got, like, almost 2,000 pemmican. Sorry, almost 3,000. We've got 2,800 packaged survival meals again. We have a lot of fucking slate blocks and stuff. Like, I don't mind them having a lot of slate blocks, but I don't need a lot of these benches anymore. Like, 2's kind of enough at any point in time now. I have, like, so much. But either way, I'm thinking about making more of those long-range things, because anybody that's a decent melee that can do a ranged attack, like, normally speaking, I don't normally do them. Hold on. Have a look at this. So what do? You use 70 wood, crafting, 3 crafting, skill requirement, general labor speed, select make. Okay, that's not going to tell me that. This, okay. A spear's for throwing. Take a long time to throw, but one hit can be heavy damage. The weapon represents a bundle or of pillar. Sorry. It can be thrown over and over. Singular of a pillar is a pillar. Oh my god. Okay, and what do? They're obviously flammable. That's always a problem. Sell price, none of that. They do 25 damage. Okay, they've got 10% armor penetration, which is pretty good. Accuracy close is 50%. That's really good. A lot of my people will be close by the time they do a hit. Over long range, 32%. So basically about the equivalent of a shitty gun. So that's okay. And it's 4 seconds per hit. Cool. So 25 damage. Let me have a look at the Gladius. I'll have a look at you. No, Gladius itself. So, what do you do damage-wise? Any damage per second. Okay, so basically 4 times this is about, well, it's a little, hold on, that's like 8 times 4. So, it's doing 32 damage in about the same amount of time, give or take. But that's close range where they're also getting hit. And it's also using metal or uranium. So, although it does do more armor penetration, that's not too bad. So I could probably give anybody that's really slow,